didn't really mean to do that. We clicked on something. Morning. I'm doing good. Yeah. What? What?
Talking to you.
No.
Are you drinking my coffee?
I'm drinking his coffee. Yeah. I'm drinking your coffee. Yeah.
Okay, so you can hear one of the targets. Some kids to play with me.
What's up, bro?
Give me a second here. Let's get a slide going here.
Told you it's the best song ever.
Can you hear me? Are you ready? I hope I picked the right one. Did I? No. That was a weird glitch. Alright, now it's gonna let me do it. That was weird. Let's see. There you go. There. Oh, I can just boot that person out. Let's remember that. That person don't want to play. Boot.
Did you ever add those numbers up last night?
Yeah, I found them. That one found me, so that one added me. Attack Medina Blow. Yep, it's in the chat. Oh, this is gonna work forever. I can just feel it. Oh my god. I'm like so glad. Now let's try again. I think I picked the right one. I'm new to this game. I'm trying to level up too, so
Good morning, kitties.
35 something. Guys,
What?
these they're funny. The three brothers, they go to these houses to help these families, and when something happens, they freak out, and it's the funniest thing. Like they freak out, like a door will open, they'll start to freak out and swear. It's the funniest thing ever.
I run.
They want to help these families, like to help them, to bring psychics in and help them get the level spirit out of the house and keep the good ones. So we let the good ones stay in the house and then get rid of the bad ones, like the level spirits, and get them out of the house for them to feel safe. And then that's their job to help the families. Like they'll do the first investigation, and then the next morning they'll go to the resource off of the stuff they got that night and see and they'll see what the names they came up with was real names or not, like in the history of the places. Like they came with a guy named Mike. And he was an ex-military guy, and he was like a farmer. Yes, and he said ex-military, and he had a military. Yeah, it was a guy named Mike. He's an ex-military guy in the house, and he was a farmer. He had like he had a pass to go to the army. And then with the other guy, He named the Creepo. The main reason why he was a model back then, and he'll sell people down, and he'll sell them, look at them really creepy, and we'll get them the chills. That's why he was named the Creepo. That's why the name the Creeper, because he will stare at you really intensely and get you goosebumps. Okay, number one. Okay, let's see. I can make it down now. Carefully, I don't take no damage. He was an ex-military guy. Um,
So please don't be like,
kidding me? Get out of here with you. Get out of here with you lame shotgun. What's out, shotgun? She got me with a shotgun. Lame shotguns. Behind you. That upset me. I had a UC and the UC didn't do no damage against the shotgun. I should have used the shotgun on him. Oh. We tried. That's all. Next. Thanks for playing. We're gonna go all the way to the bottom and add these people and see who wants to fight. Hey, we're just gonna go from the bottom, make our way up. They need some kid a chance. Me? I'm not the best fortnite player. I'm not the best Fortnite player, so I just add these kids and see who got attention.
No. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, there's somebody calling me. Oh my god. Dang, this man a pro? Hey, you don't have to be strong.
Pick that person. I'm gonna like going to pick the skins. The skins already. Alright. Pick your skins. Got time. I kind of like my skin. My skin is kind of cool. Alright, let's see. I have to wait 48 minutes. Okay, I think I can wait 48 minutes. 48 minutes, not that long. Come on. Wait, let's try it again. I'm not gonna wait 48 minutes again. Come on, click maps. Come on, find the maps. Why is this taking so long to discover? I'm good. I kind of like my dark iris skin sitting in the house. Come on. Whoa. Give me a second. Boom. Look, please. Walk up. I don't understand this. I'm just trying to get content. With these young kids on my lot. Oh my god.
God, you guys are pros.
Oh, I don't know. I take it.
Yeah.
Whoa. Dance. Get this going. Gosh. Go.
I got some of those.
It took me 25 minutes just to get a mess.
Yeah. This is a boss I can't even defeat. Long ways of boss. Your ass, yeah.
Greetings, spectators aboard our airship, and thank you for joining us here for this momentous event. You are now about to witness the
Let's go with my gut. I'm not sure. They're separated. No, please. No, we're separating here. Can't leave my too much time.
Isn't that some kind of dirt fungus or whatever when it turns white? Like some kind of dirt fungus when it turns white.
You really call it dope bonus?
Yes, it is. It's some kind of fungus or bacteria in the soil. It makes me mad because it was actually soil, fresh soil that I bought in the bag, and then I put it on.
What the heck? I'm getting invaded.
So I don't know, maybe something in that bag of dirt. Anyway, what's your update? What's happening around here? Oh, and the days off we could have said cat trees and decided to go back to my original plan.
Come on. I got it. I got it. I got it. Get out of the frame. I got it. I got it. Get out of the frame.
They're pretty easy to find. Free or cheap.
No, let him have that med. Let him have that.
You have a drill?
There. Get the med kit.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
That med kit gets
Dude,
you
take
help.
the med. Take the med.
That med kit gets you help 200.
Your first aid.
If you can find it downstairs, you can use
Tommy's one of those people that do a project and gets hooked and forgets the tools he had because they're not organized and then the class wouldn't.
I got a teammate for the back seat.
Who's driving? Because I don't know where to go.
You can drive. Number 2, drive.
You're meeting Darius.
I'm not good at driving, so you drive.
We were going to meet somewhere.
The camera angles. Doing good. Whoa.
No, wait, I was out.
Right Aid, I'd like to grab a Mother's Day card for your mother
I could hold the meds if anybody wants me to. No, I am.
She's the only one who said one too. She's the only one who said one too.
No, someone else can hold the meds.
I know. better than a laptop because the screen's huge. Right?
Oh, wait, I don't have a skateboard. Damn.
Yeah. Yes. Where are you? Hmm? Oh. I accidentally jumped up on the roof. Oh my god. I want to get this. Hold on. There. Nothing in there. Okay.
Airdrop is coming.
What? No. I mean, I was gonna do after.
You just do these things before I tell you. You wake up in the morning, as you wake up and open your eye, you don't go on your phone, you go down. You come upstairs, you spread up the bed, you do what you need to do before you wake up. And you wake up. I don't have to tell you when I am not that morning. I spend all the time like go on.
Oh, I can't leave him behind. What? Okay. Can't leave. Alright, where you go?
Airdrop is coming.
see where to go. I know it, son. I know what this spaceship, son. This spaceship got. This spaceship. I know it.
Meds needed.
Doesn't need it, son. Doesn't need it. I can make it to it. Just wait. Okay, wait. Make it.
Meds needed.
There you go. There you go. You get my kit and you get sucking. No, you want sucking with it? Leave him out. The thunder bombs can't hear us. Leave him out, run. So just... Yeah.
Airdrop is coming.
Yeah. Look at the robot's on the ground. The robot is on the ground. Damn. Got this. Go. Wait. Did I almost die? My bad. I suck with my teammates to the end. That's what I do. I don't even man high. Got teammates done. Oh, so I cut. What's up? FADAFADII. Customer. Welcome. Oh, you playing Fortnite? Yeah, I am. You wanna play? I got Soppy, and I got a marker for you to write down your username or your PIN number. Right there, you see that? That's my PIN number for Fortnite. You wanna add me? You can. You wanna play now? I know I'm now. I'm live streaming on YouTube. You can jump on now. You can jump on and watch my live stream all at the same time. It's possible. It depends where you play. You play on the phone or the tablet. That's a good question right there. Wait, let's start again. Yes. You just do that and let's hope there's something. Boom. Seven people in this server and I have to find them. Damn, boy. I think we need breakfast yet. Let's go sucking on them. Seven people in the server. We have to bench around, look for any buildings. Cause this map is big, guys. Wait a minute, who's trying to... It's a floating finish. Can you the floating finish tsunami? Run away from these guys. Stop be clipping, guys. I'm scared. Some people in the soul board don't know how to be clipped. I don't. Damn, boys. I kill. Yeah. No, guys, 7 people in the server. Can't do it. Kill. It's gonna glitch out my phone. Give me a second. Let me do. Are you on Fortnite right now?
So, shall we do this again? Do you want to do duos?
No.
Oh, okay.
I want to do this creative. I want to do this
Creative? I want to do creative.
Yeah. If no one worry up, I will kick you out, so you better worry up.
Who's the party leader? Or did I join wrong? Okay, I'll ready up. Cause I don't want to be kicked. I want to do is just playing with people. I feel lonely when I'm not playing with people. I feel lonely.
Bro, do you want to see all my skins? I got a different one. You far.
Can I have? Yeah?
Sure, you can have one when we die.
I like my
Do you
one
want one
skin.
skin? I got like
Cool.
2.
Yeah, what?
I got a lot. Do you want one? I got like,
Yeah, I
I got
want a
like-
skin.
I got like 20 different ones. Like a girl, boys, and stuff. And no pickaxe. I got 2 different pickaxe. I'll give you one pickaxe if you want.
Oh, okay.
I'm tired of getting
All I want in this entire world is just one skin on all of my games that you have to get on skin. That's all I want. That's all I want in the world. So, where are we dropping? When are we dropping, guys? When are we dropping? Drop? I'm going to with y'all guys because I don't want to be left alone. How many infernal quests are they going to give me? Jesus. Damn, bro. Or infernal quests is like everyone in hometown. Hello, hello, hello. I'm right behind your butt.
No.
Ew, your butt stinks.
No, I'm not the best Fortnite player ever.
Did you have Taco Tuesday today?
I'm not.
No, your
So
butt
you just have
stinks.
to go with it.
Like yours, huh?
I'm not doing the face reveal. Not gonna happen. Not yet.
Someone died. Now get some loot or I'll kill you.
Where is this shady Elby at?
No? Yeah, probably. Never mind. Just joking. 911, what's your emergency? Do y'all like semi-trucks? 911, what's your emergency? You're calling 911. Do you okay? Okay, I'll kill you on the match if you don't give me a gun. Or if you don't if you leave me, I will kill you in a game. There's no way. I'm a pro. You're a pro? Yes. I'm a OP noob. I should change my name to OP noob. Then they would know to not mess with OP noob. I know you're still doing weird stuff.
I just don't like how this thing shakes.
I'm a pro. Have you met OP noob before? Yes, I did it one time because I'm a noob. My name noob, and then I did it. I have a game that I can play right now. Hey guys, launch yourself on a launcher. Oh, y'all already did launch yourself? Because the launcher is gone. Guys? Yeah? I was just seeing if y'all was on. Guys, we need to go to the circle. The storm is gonna come. I wish there was a teleporter that you can just go and it'll teleport you there. Kind of like the rest from Fortnite. I know too. I wish. Does y'all want me to make a path? Sure. Okay. I gotta come. Come to me. Where number you at? Oh my gosh. What the heck you doing, bro? I'm dead. I'm dead. Dang it.
I'm the closest to him.
Okay, I'm dead as well. Dang it. Can someone heal me? I'm dead. Number one. I'm going to help number 4. I'm gonna die.
Die.
Hey, can't one just come over here and heal me? Can't Blue just come over here and heal me? One? Can't you come over here and heal me? Please, one, please. Please. One, please. Please. I'm slowly dying, but surely. Okay. The storm. Just heal me. Come heal me. I'm close enough for y'all to heal me. Yep, one, come over here. Yeah. You're close to me. Yep. We're just right there. Just right there. No person left behind. Is this your sweatskin one? Because I like it. Hey, get us in the car. Don't ditch us.
Get the bandage. Get the
I have
bandage.
band-aids already. Get in the car. Get in the car, dude. Oh, yeah. Rocket boots, baby.
Down.
I like doing this.
I'm injecting myself with shot.
You know that? I like doing this Fortnite live stream on YouTube. Guys, I do this, right? And these young kids don't really know the trouble right away. And when they'll start to play, and they'll talk like they'll talk like they've been friends for a long time. It's awesome.
Wait, wait for me.
Like the car glitched out and I was in it. Come on, come on. Come on, get in.
Yeah, that's one way to do it. Look at you. What's wrong with?
It says something left. I'll do this.
Hello? Back. It was just someone was calling my mommy's phone. I'm playing on my mommy's phone.
Yeah. Name was Bobby's phone.
I'm getting out. Oh, let me come back in. Get me in. Don't leave me. Don't leave me. There we go. Let's go. I'm finna inject myself with shots. Hey, someone shot me right in the car. Heal me, dude. Someone heal me. Heal me. Heal me. Heal me. Thank you. They just did a drive-by. They just did a drive-by. They just did a drive-by on us. I need to eject myself. Goodbye, guys.
But I killed them all too.
We're all dead.
No?
I'm going to the lobby. Oh, you're still alive, dude? Hope you knew.
I got in the lobby too. Like, screw that. Sit. I'm bouncing out to the lobby. Okay, now we're gonna start over again. To the lobby we go. Boy, that's a cheat.
So, you ready to rumble? Let's go, guys. I want to be party leader. No. Yes, no. So how's the day today? Good. Okay. Dude, can you ready up, please? Kick him out. Yep, kick him.
Can't. You have to do it.
Wait, I'm party leader? Oh, yeah. I know how to kick him. Oh, yeah, I go to friend and then kick him. Oh, he left. Did he? Yes, he left. Yeah. I didn't know how to kick him. But difficult. I'm getting shot. Look, get me onto there. Did you say something? I'm dead. Let's go. No, I'm 11 already. I can do it. Hey guys. What happened? Be fun. Should I leave? No. Okay.
So you're the explorer heading to
because
a
I'm just a noob and I die easily.
I heard a hero desert warrior was summoned there. Boy,
Okay.
he's flaming hot.
Where do you want to go? Follow me. I know a best place to go. Okay. I'm following you, friend. Because you say you are a noob, but you're not a noob. I feel like a noob. No, you're not, bro. Okay, before I'm in a noob and I say myself a noob, but when I'm in Fortnite, I have a noob skin. It's okay, bro. It's okay. I'm just a noob. Bro, can I tell you something? Some people believe me at Fortnite. I don't know why. It's because sometimes I don't have my mic because it goes away. Because my mic breaks or goes or I lose it. And they just bully me and I don't know why.
What?
Oh, crud. Someone get healed. Crud.
Oh my gosh, lady with the bunny ears.
I need a gun, bro. I'll heal you. But I have to get a gun. A weapon. Oh crud. Come. I feel gun here. You killed him? No. Ah! No. No! Do not leave, okay? I'm getting a gun and come to the bar. Do you call?
The bunny ears.
I have a gun.
Boy, didn't you cry?
I need a gun. He's gonna kill me. She's gonna kill me. No,
How many people? How many people are there? How many people?
I think one. Yeah, one.
Okay, I can kill them. I can kill her. Do not leave, okay?
Okay.
Let me get a gun, then I'm going to call. I hate that gun. Come on.
He's playing first person now.
Go get us. Go get us.
Let me get this.
Please.
This.
Alright, go and get us.
Yes, I like this gun. I could get him in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, Pop! Oh, Pop!
Give me that shotgun. I'm good with shotguns.
I'm pretty good at this account.
Shotguns, I just double shot them in the head. Sometimes I miss, sometimes I don't. Just go and get me and watch out. They may shoot you. Run. Just run. Run for it. Run for it.
I see one. Okay.
Rachel,
You got me.
can you get like something underneath it that
Now
makes
go
it
get him.
go?
It'll be fine.
Oh,
Alright?
where is the cobble?
It's under the edge of the couch.
I'll make you jump for it.
Medicare plans had 23% fewer hospital stays and 33% fewer emergency room visits, while also receiving more.
Hi. That made me mad. Four didn't do nothing. Four that sat sand and didn't do a thing. And this what'll kill me. That's what made me mad. She didn't do a thing to save me. Like a sucker teammate that didn't do a thing. Oh. That makes me mad. Nice. Just keep checking these things every time we're done. Maybe I can get rid of these things. Step of a time. A couple more people. Jet don't know what overall. We're just gonna keep going, right? We're done. We're going to go. Let's see what happens. This is a mail right here. Alright, guys. I'm still gonna be on. guys, I'm still gonna be on the game. And that's gonna take 15 minutes away from breakfast. And I'll be back on. Get my phone back on charger to keep the battery going. The battery doesn't drain. It's at 100, so the battery's fine. So give me a second here.
One's a little different. That's why we make sure you've got the right coverage.
More than 100 billion people have lived and died on Earth throughout its history, so it's no wonder we often look to the past to try and better understand the present. But with so many seemingly unexplained archaeological mysteries out there, and nuggets of apparently lost knowledge, it can be tricky to make sense of it all.
Have we ever seen anything like that before? I didn't know men could build such things.
In reality, though, ancient history might not be as far removed from us as we think. This is Unveiled, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, did ancient civilizations have modern technology? Are you a fiend for facts? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Unveiled for more clips like this one, and ring the bell for more fascinating content.
Here you go.
Pseudo-archaeology has ruled certain core idea that the great societies of the past may have been built by extraterrestrials. Everything from the pyramids to the Nazca lines to the Easter Island heads, much of the southern hemisphere in fact, has had the ancient aliens narrative forced onto it by one pseudo-historian or another, many of whom don't have a credible background in their subject at all. And yet, the fact remains that these astonishing structures do exist. They have been studied by scholars for thousands of years, and still no one's really sure how they came about. The far-fetched alien theory is actually quite a recent idea, and it's just one of many other proposals as to how ancient civilizations worked. But what are the real explanations for how they came to be? And is it time we changed how we see them? During the Renaissance, we had what were known as the 6 simple machines. 6 classic inventions that were easy to make but vital for countless other important mechanisms, the basis for most, if not all, technological advancements ever since. They were the lever, the wheel and axle, the pulley, the inclined plane, the wedge, and the screw. But although this more official list only came about a few centuries ago, the ideas behind them actually date back to ancient Greece and further, with many of these inventions having been around for centuries and millennia beforehand. Even today, screws, wheels, and levers keep the world turning, sometimes literally, and it's impossible to overstate their importance. But to solve one of archaeology's biggest mysteries, how the pyramids were built, we only need to look at these 6 machines. The Pyramid of Khufu is the only one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world still standing. The rest, like the Colossus of Rhodes, the statue of Zeus at Olympia, or the Lighthouse of Alexandria, have been destroyed for thousands of years. But despite the pyramids being more than 4,500 years old and, for a long time, being the tallest man-made structures in the world, until very recently we didn't know how the ancient Egyptians managed to build them. In 2018, archaeologists working in an ancient quarry close to the pyramid site came across a ramp carved into the ground. It was lined by holes that could have once been used for a complex rope and pulley system, already employing 2 of our simple machines, the inclined plane and the pulley. Though the particular ramp found in 2018 isn't thought to have directly supplied the pyramid builders, it does date back to around the same century that the pyramids were constructed in, meaning the ancient Egyptians in general absolutely would have had access to technology like it. Interestingly, another probable misconception about the pyramids is that they were built by slaves. Increasingly, it's believed that the laborers who worked for decades to build the Pyramid of Khufu were almost definitely not slaves. It would certainly have been hard and dangerous work, but there's mounting evidence to suggest those involved were all paid workers willing to build this great and eternal monument to the pharaoh. One invention that we're fairly sure the Egyptians didn't have, however, something that would have made building the pyramids much easier, was the construction crane. The first building cranes were used by the Greeks in the 6th century BC, at least 1,400 years after the pyramids were completed. But an earlier type of crane had been used for irrigation before then, to lift and move water in ancient Mesopotamian societies as far back as around 3000 BC. Across the long span of human history, agriculture has actually informed technological advancement like this far more significantly than the building of grand monuments ever has, with the invention of farming from at least 10,000 BC paving the way for most key developments. The distinct terraces used for growing crops in the Andes have been there for thousands of years, for example, and South American civilizations like the Mayans and the Incas employed aqueducts and used pressurized water, too. The aqueducts can still be seen in famous ruins like those at Machu Picchu, at a place that's sometimes called the Stairway of Fountains. Of course, the Romans also built advanced aqueducts all across their empire, and it is true that a lot of civilization as we know it was perfected in ancient Rome, but not necessarily born there. It's thought that the earliest sewage and sanitation system, for example, was actually developed by the Indus Valley Civilization, a Bronze Age society across what's now Pakistan, as well as parts of Afghanistan and India.
We're at a unique time in history where for the first time, we're witnessing the birth of a brand new asset class. With crypto, there's an opportunity here to make hundreds of millions of dollars. It's life-changing. In 2016, I was the first analyst in my industry to write a research report on Ethereum. You know, at the time, it was trading at around $9, and here I was saying, this thing's gonna go to $360. 2 years later, it goes to $1,400 a coin. The same opportunity we had in 2016 is once again in front of us in 2020 because of a rare phenomenon about to hit the crypto market. This phenomenon is guaranteed to happen. It will act as a trigger and it will ignite a bull market in cryptos that will be of a scale that we haven't seen since 2017. That triggering event is programmed into the actual code that powers Bitcoin. This is the only time I know of where you even have a glimmer of a hope of turning $500 into $5 million. I'm hosting what could be the most lucrative event I ever conduct for readers. And during the event, I'll release the final 5. These are the last 5 coins.
They had private toilets connected to sewers at least 4,000 years ago. For comparison, the city of London didn't have true sewers until 1866. And they were only widely installed after thousands of people had died of cholera from drinking the dirty water of the River Thames, which was itself, in those days, an open sewer. So it's clear that key cornerstone inventions date a long, long way back, and much of today's technology effectively amounts to an update on ancient times. But what's most mind-boggling is that archaeologists have also found ancient tech that defies scientific explanation today, like Damascus steel. While Damascus was once an integral city in the trade and manufacture of weapons, this unique metal was instantly recognizable the world over for its characteristic wavy appearance. But more than simply looking good, these blades were also much stronger and more flexible than those made from any other metal. The production of Damascus steel stopped in the 18th century, though, and since then, well, we've been at a loss to work out precisely how it was originally forged. Remarkably, upon closer inspection in recent years, it's been found that Damascus steel blades contain carbon nanotubes. So this particular aspect of nanotechnology, that apparently newfangled frontier for modern tech companies, was actually being used in the Middle East as long ago as the 3rd century AD. And not only for Damascus steel either. Ancient nanotech has also been found in the Lycurgus cup, a Roman chalice capable of changing color with the light. As with Damascus steel, contemporary scientists just aren't sure what the original technique used to make the cup was. How did state-of-the-art tech, today's state-of-the-art tech, come to be in a sword or goblet from thousands of years ago? That's all well and good, you might say, but what about computers? If there's one technological advancement to define our generation, then it's that, right? Well, technically, from some perspectives, no. The first mechanical computer is actually older than both Damascus steel and the Lycurgus cup. The Antikythera mechanism was an ancient Greek device thought to have been used to calculate the position of the moon and stars, and it belongs to the 1st century BC. Sure, it's been a long journey between then and the machines of today, but the first stones in the groundwork for modern computing were laid in ancient times. hot on the tails of the first computer was the first programmable robot, built by the Greek mathematician Heron of Alexandria in, and yes, you're hearing right, the 1st century AD. This robot was a strange mechanism that moved using ropes wound around strings, perhaps more puppet-like to modern minds. But though primitive, many experts agree that Heron's creation basically foretold how all robots would ultimately function, as programmable or guidable machines that could move or work of their own accord. And that wasn't all that Heron, also known as Hero, contributed either. He's also credited as having built the first steam engine, nearly 2,000 years before trains were widespread, and the first vending machine, a contraption designed to distribute holy water. Equally remarkable is the world's oldest battery, the Baghdad battery, a ceramic jar containing a copper tube and iron rod. Uncovered in Iraq in 1938, the device is thought to date back between the years 200 BC and 200 AD. Though it is still debated whether the artifact really was a battery in a practical sense, experiments have proven that it would have been able to produce a current. Elsewhere in history, ancient Mesopotamia gave us what's widely considered the earliest existing work of literature, the Epic of Gilgamesh. But we also have the Mesopotamians to thank for the way we record time, as they popularized measuring some units in blocks of 60, like having 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, and 360 degrees in a circle, methods we obviously still use today, thousands of years later. Meanwhile, at a much later point in history, the Vikings may have also had some mysterious time and place technology at their disposal, in the form of incredibly advanced sundials. Archaeological evidence suggests that they used what are now known as sunstones for navigation, special, clear, crystal-like stones which made it possible to chart the sun even when it was too cloudy for traditional methods. It's only relatively recently that today's researchers have been able to get their heads around how they work. And of course, to this day, the 4 great inventions of China are still widely recognized and celebrated. The compass, gunpowder, papermaking, and printing, all of which revolutionized society when they were developed between the 3rd and 11th centuries AD. Clearly, all 4 of those fields have come on a lot over the past 1,000 years or so, but it's yet another reminder that most of what we have today, whether in simpler forms or not, was actually around a long time ago. Why then, whenever a building or a story from the past feels in any way incomprehensible to us, should we so quickly rush to various pseudo-archaeological explanations? Rather than ancient aliens, perhaps it'd make more sense that civilizations long gone might have simply been skilled and equipped enough to achieve something as grand as the pyramids, or Stonehenge, or the Easter Island statues. Ancient technology from across the globe is and was significantly more advanced than it usually gets credit for.
Los incas tenían un alto conocimiento en astronomía, medicina, matemática, entre otras cosas. Pero los invasores españoles tenían la pólvora.
With inventions typically associated with the Renaissance period or even the Industrial Revolution often predating those times by thousands of years. And that's how ancient civilizations had modern technology. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, check out these other clips from Unveiled, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content. If a cataclysm strikes our planet, it'd be nice to have a backup plan somewhere out there in the cosmos. Whether we need to find a new home for our species because something has destroyed the original, or simply because we're desperate to find life somewhere else among the stars, other planets have long been a source of human fascination. But have we already found what we're looking for? This is Unveiled, and today we're answering the extraordinary question, have we found Earth 2.0? Are you a fiend for facts? Are you constantly curious? Then why not subscribe to Unveiled for more clips like this one and ring the bell for more fascinating content? The idea of an Earth 2.0 generally refers to an alien world that's already Earth-like, rather than a world that could be Earth-like with a little tweaking. While planets within our solar system like Venus and Mars both offer similarities to Earth in terms of their size, position, and composition, we wouldn't be able to safely live on them without either closing ourselves off completely in high-tech, custom-built habitats, or greatly altering the planets themselves through terraforming. For a true home away from home, then, we have to look further afield than even the icy moons of Jupiter and Saturn, which are also tipped for human colonies one day. Instead, we have to broaden our horizons into different star systems entirely. There are an estimated 100 billion planets in the Milky Way galaxy, and according to some NASA forecasts, at least 40 billion of these could be Earth-sized planets, and 11 billion are Earth-sized planets orbiting a sun-like star. Considering we only have one confirmed habitable planet at the moment, our own, a potential 11 billion other worlds to explore certainly evens out the odds of us finding a second. We call all planets found outside of our solar system exoplanets, with the first exoplanets being discovered in 1992. It sounds crazy now, but up until then, we were working on assumptions that planets existed elsewhere rather than irrefutable evidence. Those first groundbreaking worlds were located in the PSR B1257+12 system and were detected by analyzing the irregularities around a nearby pulsar, which is a pulsing neutron star. Unfortunately, these particular worlds were much too radioactive to support life, but their discovery motivated scientists to search for more and more planets like them. One of the biggest operations to discover exoplanets came when NASA launched the Kepler Space Telescope in 2009, solely with the aim of searching for planets orbiting other stars. While the Kepler program suffered some problems over its course, it ultimately succeeded in its mission goals and operated for 9 years before running out of fuel in 2018. Over that time, it detected more than 2,600 planets and 500,000 stars, meaning that in less than 30 years, we've gone from 0 verified exoplanets to thousands of them. Kepler worked by detecting transits in distant stars, which is when the light they give off is blocked just a little bit by a planet traveling in front of them. More than anything else before it, Kepler allowed us to build a comprehensive map of space. As such, one of our best candidates for Earth 2.0 was found in 2015 by Kepler, Kepler 452b, which is often nicknamed Earth's cousin. It's a super-Earth predicted to be 5 times more massive than our planet, located in the habitable zone of its star system around 1,400 light-years away. Now, this isn't close enough that we can just go over there and see for ourselves what kind of planet we're dealing with, but it's not so far away that our most advanced telescopes, like the Hubble Space Telescope, wouldn't be able to get a better look at it. Unfortunately, and perhaps surprisingly, however, as of early 2020, the Hubble telescope hasn't yet been used to investigate 452b, with other initiatives taking precedent. That means that right now, scientists aren't at all in agreement about what we would see if we ever were to more closely monitor it. We don't even know for sure whether it's a rocky planet like Earth or made of gas. The SETI Institute, charged with the search for extraterrestrial intelligence, has also been trying to detect radio signals from 452b for some time in the hope that it might be a source of alien life, but to no avail. The confusion has led some to cast doubt on whether 452b even exists at all, although a SETI study did estimate that there's between a 16 and 92% chance that the planet is real, which is quite a large margin of error. Even so, scientists and stargazers are well aware that in the hunt for second Earths, with billions of worlds to choose from, it wouldn't be pertinent to focus all our efforts on one distant, debatable orb. And there are at least a few thousand other planets we can and are taking a look at. The closest potentially Earth-like exoplanet to us is Proxima Centauri b. It's only 4 light-years away, a much more reasonable distance, but it does also pose a few problems. Chiefly, the star that Proxima Centauri b orbits around is a red dwarf star. Red dwarf stars are the most numerous in the universe, but we're not so sure what living near to one would be like. They're much dimmer than yellow stars like our own sun, so any livable planet would theoretically need to be positioned much closer, which isn't necessarily a problem, except that a planet might need to be so close that it becomes tidally locked with its star. We don't think that this has happened with Proxima Centauri b, but we're also not currently sure whether Proxima Centauri b is even close enough to its star to be truly Earth-like in the first place. What is certain is that if any planet becomes tidally locked with the star it orbits around, then it could no longer be considered as Earth 2.0 material, because one side of it would permanently face away from its chief energy source, in some senses creating 2 worlds on one. Another often cited exoplanet in terms of the potential that it's Earth-like is K2-18b, a planet that's 120 light-years away from us and one that was also discovered by the Kepler telescope. It's much closer than 452b is, and it's predicted to have a similar temperature to Earth, both promising qualities. But while it's again orbiting a red dwarf star, it's doing so very quickly, completing a full orbit every 33 days, which is a year there for roughly a month here. While scientists believe that it certainly is possible for red dwarf stars to support habitable worlds, and that in fact a red dwarf system could even hold an advantage over our own, seeing as red dwarfs are so long-lived, to label K2-18b as Earth 2.0 would still be misleading. Imagine just how different, if not unrecognizable, our planet would be if it were subjected to a 33-day year. With all of that considered, for something that could truly be a new Earth, there's Kepler 186f. For many scientists, it might just be the best candidate yet. Once again discovered via the Kepler telescope, it's roughly 550 light-years away from us, but is comfortably inside the habitable zone of its star, another red dwarf, and it's not a super-Earth. Its radius is only thought to be around 700 miles more than our Earth's is, and it's thought likely that this planet is rocky. Upon its discovery in 2014, NASA confidently called it the first Earth-sized planet in the habitable zone, and it's still our best bet in the eyes of many. Kepler 186f is further away from its sun than we are from ours, but not drastically so. It'd mean that the days would be a lot darker and colder there, but potentially not so cold that we couldn't survive. If one day we ever devised a way to travel the 550 light-years between us and it, then we really could arrive at a home away from home, at least compared to anything else we currently know that's out there. The one thing missing would be someone or something to share it with, because if a planet was exactly Earth 2.0, wouldn't that mean that it was already supporting life of its own? And if that's true, if it's already naturally populated, well then we've got a whole host of other issues on our hands as well. Because as much as we might want to visit or relocate to a world where we wouldn't have to spend time, money, and energy extensively terraforming it to our standards, would it be morally correct to do so? SETI could even strike gold and find incontestable signs of intelligent life before we even got there. But what if that intelligent life doesn't want to be disturbed? Imagine the situation in reverse, that there's another intelligent species on another habitable world somewhere else in the universe, and they're trying to locate another planet that's just like theirs, and that planet just so happens to be our Earth. Would we really be fine with an alien race just showing up and rechristening our home as just a second version of the one they left behind? Probably not. So finding Earth 2.0 and actually making plans to move there are two very different prospects. The second of which involves the risk of harming an ecosystem that never asked or wanted to be interfered with. It's an ethical debate that's set to run and run. On the one side, discovering other planets, Earth-like and not so, helps us to better understand the universe. On the other, rather than finding a second home for humanity, we should be focusing more on making Earth, our Earth, a better place before we abandon it. In either case, there are plenty of exoplanets out there, and it's statistically probable that at least a few of them should be able to host life, or even to precisely mimic conditions on Earth. Despite technological limitations and moral debate, the search for Earth 2.0 goes on, and the list of potential candidates gets longer and longer. What do you think? Is there anything we missed? Let us know in the comments, check out these other clips from Unveiled, and make sure you subscribe and ring the bell for our latest content.
Small, have a sense of foresight. He won't come back.
Yeah, and then her blood pressure on precipitation was 68.
This one thinks he's stronger. It's an animal, disturbed by man's stupidity. Summer. She's an animal, too. Now listen to her. Listen to the way she talks to me. Winter. Hey. You remember a couple of years ago?
Hi, nuts.
It used to be rare to take a look inside a police interrogation, especially involving high-profile cases. But nowadays, it's easier to find out what really goes on when police officers interview suspects.
Top 5 sensor? I think it's tie knot. And I recognize the voice, tie knot, and it's like,
I understand them.
it's that like that low voice.
And they're in contact with two different worlds. One, the air that they breathe, two, the sea, from where they came, from where they feed, from where the enemy is at. And now, my enemy.
Well, you never told me why you called them summer and winter. Is that when you caught them?
I met Vicky in the summer, and married in the winter.
I think he's talking about girls.
J.G. Wentworth, how can I help you get cash? I want to pay off my debt
You know that?
and move into my own place.
I
but
think
I
he's
need
talking
cash
about
now to do it.
girls.
Do you get regular payments from an insurance company? Yes.
That's my
monthly,
guess.
But the thing is, it's my money and I
John,
need it
you know
now.
that?
Right.
I
In
do.
exchange for some or
I think
all
he's
of the
talking
future
about
payments, we
two
give you a lump
girls
sum
he
of cash
met
now.
at
Call now and
two
you'll also get
different
$25 for
times.
receiving a quote.
They never
Call
worked out
877
for him.
cash now. Thanks, J.G. Wentworth. Hi.
I said I think he's talking about two girls. One he met in the winter and one he met in the summer. They never worked out for him. And that's why he named the Sleds. That's why he named the Sleds after the two girls he met. Then didn't work out. The ones he didn't really have a really good relationship with. And it didn't go the way he wanted to go. That's why I think he named it that way. That's my guess.
It's now more important than ever to make sure your Medicare coverage is up to date.
That's why I think he drinks good. He does seem good. The relationships he tried to have didn't work out for him.
Call 1-800.
That's why he drinks and takes medicine. Good. He was disabled after the two relationships happened.
That's why what? My firm has been
He said he met a girl in the summer and he met a girl in the winter. And I think it didn't work out for him. That's why he named the Sleds after those two girls he met.
Mesothelioma really is all we do. Call us at 1-800.
You can tell from the soys. People read it.
1401. Or go to mesobook.com.
I'm good at that.
Are you or a loved one between the ages of 50 to 80 years old?
Alright guys, I'm back. Let's go.
Do you receive Social Security, Disability, or Medicare? If you answered yes, you may qualify for $30,000 in funeral insurance for only pennies a day. The average funeral
Alright, my break is over guys. Back to Fortnite. I'm gonna watch that one later. I'm gonna watch that one after my live stream is 37 minutes. So I will hear it in the secret. Getting close on me, so.
Oh yeah, I remember that. No.
Very good. Good Get a mask right away.
Discount certificate. And there's no obligation.
Hundreds of thousands of families own and lease their sunset or destructible homes. You're one of them, and you should be too. Stay tuned and enjoy the
Sorry? I didn't have enough room to have one.
Is that my phone in my area?
I see the pussy.
Very special
Ain't no
place.
question about I'm going to.
I missed the
I'm
soft
still
guy over
trying to
there.
go to step.
It's either
Look,
Kirsten or
I know this can't be your
That what we landed. I don't know, bitch. All this. Shut your bitch ass up, ugly boy.
people need to watch the English, man. This is YouTube, I know.
Ugly ass nigga. Ugly ass boy. I bet your ass with no hands. I'll fuck your mama, motherfucker. Ow, but I'm your dad, though. I made you, son. I'm your dad, bro.
No! What? What? I just got shot out of thin air. Are you kidding me? What?
When I was training you, people used to call you killers.
I just got shot out of thin air, guys. With a shotgun.
In your heart,
Yeah, jump this bitch, you stupid hoe. You should fall, dude.
I just got shot out of thin air.
but now
oh.
so I'm asking you to help me kill this octopus.
Oh, the killer whale.
Shoot it.
I know I'm in your environment.
That's an aimbot.
I got.
You see that aim?
I'm going back to my walkie. I got shot out of thin air.
I gotta go now. If you feel anything,
no.
Oh, that's so cute. She loves the killer whale.
That's about.
I'm just hoping
I should have put some boy in anyway. There's no occasion, but I'm going to just.
Maybe he can get his friends to help him kill the octopus. You know what I mean? Or kill whales, though, they're called orca whales, and they walk in packs. They do. Orca whales, they walk in packs, you know that, Jen? They call them orca whales, and they'll go into like a 20-man pack, and they're always the same pack all the time. That's when they defend themselves from the great white sharks, hammerheads, any animal that tries to help them, they'll fend them off like a pack.
No,
and truck above the shark and tip it over and drown it with the gills so sharks can't swim when it's tipped over.
I'll just go down there.
Did you know that?
Ain't no location where I'm going.
That's how orca whales defend themselves against sharks and a pack. The shark can hit the shark all at the same exact time. and you tip a great white shark, it dies instantly. It's diminished when it's upside down.
Your house or something? I think he's in your house. Wow. I got a purple shotgun. Holy. This kid keeps running. Got him.
Shoot them with a shotgun.
Oh, come on, I don't have shotgun. What does that? You're gonna kill me, dude? Damn.
Where are they?
I just got surrounded by 6 people, and I. What? That guy didn't even try.
Just don't at me and shit, nigga. Don't at me on none around, nigga. None on any kind of social media, nigga. Straight up, nigga. Wherever I see ya, it's gonna be that, nigga. I'm gone.
This is it. Let's go get it.
Let's go to the house.
What the? I don't know what the hell happened, man. That was just whack. Guys, you're getting content. That's all that matters. I think I heard of that. I don't know. I saw it. Okay, I got one. Give me the golden one, the golden one.
For your free consultation, call 800-347-2440. That's 800-347-2440. If you or a loved one has mesothelioma or any asbestos
Wait,
related
are
cancer,
you on
call the
Fortnite
number on your
right
screen
now?
for a free legal
It is
consultation. The only known cause for this cancer
1:37
is asbestos exposure.
for me,
Exposure to
so and I'm live
asbestos
streaming on
decades
YouTube
ago
right
in
now.
mills, factories, and power plants.
I just want to give you a heads up, then you can watch
Electrician,
it.
plasterer, or maintenance worker may have put you at risk. In addition, because asbestos is widely used on ships, those working in shipyards, including Navy veterans, may also have been exposed. Asbestos has been used in many commercial applications, including insulation, fireproof fabrics, automotive parts, building materials, and turbines. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call Sokolov Law now for a free legal consultation. You may be entitled to compensation. Call the 800-571-9312.
Wait, I'm almost there. Wait, I'm not. 5 right now, so. Oh boy, that looks so sick.
There's no contract, and it's as flexible as you want it to be.
I can change my plan. Will you allow me to? Our flexible plans save you money. In fact, the average consumer cellular customer pays less than $25 a month for everything they need. Switch to consumer cellular and start saving today. Call or go online now.
By moving to consumer cellular, my time is 50% less than it was.
Consumer cellular checks to make sure that the plan fits you. For you, consumer cellular provides the same reliable nationwide coverage as bigger carriers for less. It's very reliable, and you can always count on it.
Consumer cellular made it really easy to switch from my old carrier.
I can bring my old phone, my old phone number. Our selection of phones offers everything from flip phones to smartphones, or you can pick your own.
It's just a tremendous value. Even that AARP discount doesn't hurt me.
AARP members get exclusive discounts. Consumer is in their name, consumer cellular. So of course they're going to be customer centered. I do have a sense that they have my back. Customer service is just excellent. We're proud to have received
Alright.
GD Power. Customer service 8 times.
I'll just see for that. Guys, I die in the way, but don't die. You don't die in Fortnite. Yeah. Oh, ink. He got inked on. I saw you get that ink on, then you... Some kid on him. They're cool. They're cool to play with. There's kids on here. They're cool to play with. Just sometimes the sounds they make, just for the fun of it, it's, what do you call it, kind of weird. I've never been that young. I'm not young no more.
I.
This is gonna be a 2-hour long live stream, guys. I'm gonna keep going. I'm just gonna keep going. I wanted to take a break. They gotta use me.
Greetings, spectators aboard our airship, and thank you for joining us here for this momentous event. You are now about to witness the thrilling spectacle that
Down?
the Lionheart ruins.
I'm coming with you.
The first
It's like crazy.
Right now, so many stuff that are playing, boys. I like the tense music to it. The tense music just makes it sound awesome. yet. I know he's still. I just got hit. Wow, you kidding me, dude? He's on the hill. Shotguns! Shotgun! Damn. No, just why don't you just jump it? No.
Esteemed explorer, I know this can't be your first time in Aurora Valley, but do you know about the recently discovered fluids in the valley? Come and listen to this old woman's words. I'll tell you all about it. This is the story my grandfather told me. Legend has it that Aurora Valley has been silently guarded by three elements since the beginning of time: ice, fire, and wind. Whenever danger struck, heroes representing the elements of ice.
That's awesome. That's kind of awesome right there.
He knocked me.
I'm with you guys. Damn it! I was trying to be with you. We're trying to be friendly. Don't shoot. I'm your friend. Friend, you would kill you, would you? Give me a second here. Nope, it is. Alright, something. Okay, it's a nice one. I'd say we'll drive to the lake.
What do you do?
Come back now. Okay. Get a go kart. Yes.
Hello. Look at this video now. He goes to Pop's house. He looks ugly. Bro, come in my room, okay? Hello? Yes. Bye.
Well, I don't really want to talk.